So let's talk Minecraft. Minecraft in its essence is a peaceful survival game meant to express creativity. A place where violence is put to the wayside. Well, forget that, because this mod pack is all about violence and war. And that's what we're about to play, on a server, with more than 20 people daily. This is Voltz Community. Let's get right into it. From installing the mod pack, I knew Galacticraft was installed, so I instantly knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to build a moon base and destroy all of my opponents, but first I have to join the server, so I did. I typed in the command to teleport me to the wilds. Once I got in, I saw that I had a bunch of stuff in my inventory, so I decided to equip it and organize my inventory. Steel helmets with some enchanting and a good paxel and a steel sword, along with some food and some torches, which I'd use very sparingly. I came across a chicken which I brutally killed. But while exploring, I found that there was some XP on the ground. Then I knew that I was not alone, and in order to defeat my foes, I would have to get resources. I came across a cave, but first I had to kill the sheep. It exploded right before my eyes. I collected the wool, and I decided to build a bed. I killed 2 more sheep to grab their wool, and I chopped down a tree, and I got the wood to make myself a crafting table. And from this crafting table, I would create myself a bed. 3 planks and 3 wool, and I was set. I created my bed to set my spawn right outside the cave. Now, it was time for me to mine. The fun was cut short, however, when I noticed a name tag. I thought this was a player at first, but then I heard the sounds and I could tell that it was a spider. But I thought maybe it was a boss or something with a name tag like that. So I dug around for a bit, and I kept on digging and digging until I uncovered myself a way good enough and torched up the place good enough that no mobs would spawn and try to kill me. I decided to venture into the unknown. I had ventured into the cavern that I just uncovered, and I found myself a cave spider. I knew if it attacked me, it would poison me, so I killed it instantly. I rounded the bend to find nothing special, just a regular cave spider. I killed it, but then I knew that it was a compressed mob. These mobs are used to increase performances on servers. I killed it as many times as I could, and then I decided to go mine again. I opened my inventory to only realize that I had no more space left, so I decided to pillar up and get out of there so I didn't die with all the stuff on my person. I pillared all the way to the top using a technique I had learned. This would prevent gravel from falling onto me, and you just saw some gravel that did not fall on me because I had a torch there. I was mining some more and I heard that there was more rain coming. I heard rain at the surface, so I knew that mobs would be able to spawn. I tried to get out of there as quickly as possible, pillaring up one last time. Once I got to the surface, I saw that it was indeed raining very hard and it was almost nighttime. So I needed to get out of there very, very quickly. So I found the way back to where I began, and I decided to set my spawn for real this time. Previously I knew that I didn't because it was not nighttime. I set my spawn, only to realize that there was 2 other players on the server, which means I couldn't go to sleep. So I did the next best thing, and that was to craft a boat. I started by chopping down a tree, only minorly, just taking what I needed. I decided to make a crafting table with that, only realizing now that it was super foolish because I had already crafted a crafting table and it was right next to me. All I had to do was look. I had wasted those planks. And now it's time for me to craft my boat. I put the little bit of planks I had left, and I crafted a boat. This was 1.7.10, meaning that boats were very jank. I instantly broke mine, not knowing how they worked, so I used its parts to craft another boat. Knowing now more than I knew then, I decided to try to test it out. I got the hang of it, and I decided to go full throttle on it. And this is the other part of the boats that's very, very jank. The server cannot handle movement this fast, so the boats will sometimes collide into objects that are near it without actually colliding with it, and that's what happened there. I knew I wasn't going to craft another boat from the remaining materials, so I decided to go on foot. And luckily I did, because if I wouldn't have found my jackpot. First off, I wanted to see if I couldn't get some leather from this cow. I killed it, got its leather, and I realized then that I couldn't actually craft a backpack. So I decided to go and travel on. Luckily I saw in the distance my jackpot. It was a tower. I decided to climb up to the top to get a better look. I did, and as soon as I got really close to it, it was almost struck by lightning. I went down the hill, I went across the water, and finally I got to my destination, the tower. I was worried that any players in there might try to kill me, so I tried to stay as cautious as possible. Realizing that there was no name tags, I broke in and found literally nothing. Thinking I had lost, I tried to take a look up, seeing nothing either. I went around the bend, and I found what I was looking for. Jackpot, baby. A crystal chest, which was the biggest chest in the game. It contained tons of iron, and the other chest contained 24 diamonds. This would be a great start to a great adventure. So I decided to compress the iron down into iron blocks so that I could easily carry them. I compressed as many as I could. I used JEI to help me, and I compressed some more, even more than that, and kept on compressing and compressing until finally I was on my last stack. I compressed it one last time, completing. I headed out. I was on the search for something else. I thought I saw a man-made structure in the distance, so I tried to approach it. When I got close to it, I saw that there was a skelly. I killed it, and I killed it so fast that it dropped its plate. I had no time for this, however, because I needed to figure out what this was. Rounding the top of the hill, I figured out what it was. It was an AE2 meteor, which in the center of these contained the inscribers, which are used for the ME system, the best storage system in the game. I pillared up to the top to try to mine into the middle, and hopefully no players had been there. I was very pleased to see that once I got to the top, there was no players. So I broke into the center of it, finally grabbing the chest. And inside the chest held what I wanted, the inscribers. I grabbed it, and there was 3 nuggets of something to do with the mod pack itself, so I grabbed those too. I don't know how useful they're going to be, but we shall see. Then I grabbed my cobblestone, and I pillared out. Now getting what I wanted, I decided to go exploring some more. I got to the top and out of this crevasse, only to realize that I had a long way to go, and I was very close to 0-0. I eventually came upon a nice little area with rubber trees. I decided that maybe I should probably get those because Mine Factory Reloaded is a thing, and I need those to get going in it. But to my surprise, I found something I did not want to see, and this was floating leaves. This meant that there was trees once here, and that also meant that there was players. It looked like more than one, and I did not want to come across a group of players right now at this moment. I knew I was not fit to handle them. So I kept on following the trail of trees, saying hello to the animals along the way. I didn't kill any of these animals because I was on a mission. I wanted to make sure that I was not anywhere close to anyone. But then I saw a sapling. That sapling meant that people were here within the last 5 minutes. So I knew I was in range of recent players that were currently on the server. I did not want to get killed by them. There was only 2 other players on the server at the time, so I knew that I was probably safe if I just kept cool and chill and stayed out of people's way. I still kept exploring, and then I saw the worst omen of all, mushrooms on a spruce tree. This isn't a naturally generated thing, so this meant that there was a glitch in the train, which was just a bad omen to begin with. Seeing this bad omen, I should have knew what awaited me. It wasn't something I wanted to see, but my worst fears were realized. I was being followed by another player. He decided to say hello by striking me with lightning. I was about to fight him, but on closer inspection, he seemed to have flight, so I knew he was the owner. I decided not to mess with him, but at this point, I decided this was a good chance to get off and maybe recruit some of my friends so that we could better destroy people on the server. I disconnected, and that was where I left it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a nice day.